minute. Let's see. All right, cool. So, before we start here, I just had a few updates for y'all. First one is that we have the old hats back in stock. So, for the hundreds of you that have been asking about them, there's a link down below. Feel free to grab one. Secondly, this is long overdue, but we are starting a podcast, and the co-host is going to be a good buddy of mine. Hilarious! It's going to be really cool. We're going to be interviewing a lot of people, and it's just going to be something that y'all can listen to when you're on your way to work or when you're tired of the news. If that makes sense. So, let's see. Okay. We're going to do this the same way we always do them. I'm going to talk for a few minutes. There's a few things I wanted to talk about, and then I'm going to answer all the questions in the super chats, as well as just get to as many questions as I can. For those of you who I don't get your question answered, I do a live stream every week in the HDC Patriot Team account. There's a link below for that. It's on Patreon, and I get to all the questions on there. So if I don't answer your question, you can get it answered there as well. So, like I said, I'm just going to talk for a few minutes, and then we'll go from there. So I'm getting a lot of people asking me, why does it seem like America is not getting better? And I have a few theories behind that, but I think honestly it comes down to I think America is I think there's a big part of America that's pretty soft, that doesn't understand what our grandparents and what some of our parents went through to create a good life. If that makes sense. So I'm going to go into detail with this, but my biggest question is for the people who are super pissed off about America, about how it is, about, doesn't matter what political party you're a part of. I don't even consider myself a part of a political party anymore, Republican, Democrat. I consider myself a patriot. And I believe in patriotic values, because there's a lot of Republicans who act like Republicans who just act their acting or their true values are not that. So once again, my question is, do people want America fixed? And what does that even look like? And the reason why I ask is because it seems like every single day there is a new problem that comes up that seems, like I said again, soft. It's like I think somebody just got fired from some show, Gina hang on a sec, let me see. Gina Carano. She just got fired from Mandalorian for her tweets. And I don't know what those tweets said, but I'm sure it's something patriotic. And where I'm going with this is, when as a country are we going to stop with the sensitive BS and focus on the real issues? And the real issues are that we pretty much have no freedom of speech anymore. It's all controlled. Sex trafficking, human trafficking, that's a huge issue that nobody talks about. Why? And then obviously just the socialist aspect of this country is just getting kind of gross. So here's what I think is the problem. I think as America, most of the patriots understand what America was built on and what it means to be a patriot. It's working hard, it's having good values, and it's being an honest person with integrity. But I think that most people in America have it too good. And I think America as a whole has it too good. And what I mean by that is in some countries, if you go out and protest in the streets, you will be stoned. And not the Snoop Dogg kind of stoned. You will straight up be stoned because they don't allow it. But in America, we can go out, or people can go out into the streets and be totally anti-America. Burn flags. Say they hate their president, all this stuff. And then go home and act like nothing happened during the day. To me, that's too good. To me, if you are a person who hates America that much, personally, I think that should be illegal. I think it shouldn't be legal for people to go out and burn flags and destroy. I mean, obviously destroying a city is not legal, but how many people actually get arrested when these things? I mean, there's still riots going on in Portland. And it's from Antifa and Black Lives Matter who are still pissed off about who's in office. It's like, who exactly do you want in office? But the real issue is none of that. I'm going to break this down to the bare bones of this. The real issue is that America has a sensitivity problem. We don't have a racism problem. We don't have a who's in office problem. We have a sensitivity problem. And what I mean by that is everything nowadays is fueled by what somebody said about you. It's fueled by what someone else said that may piss you off. And in reality, America wants to be able to control all that, right? Through censorship, through all that stuff, because we're too sensitive, right? I mean, that's what censorship comes down to, right? So if you look at Facebook and them censoring a whole bunch of stuff, man, Zuckerberg, what a weasel. If we're not a sensitive country, there's no reason to censor stuff. Because why else would you do it? They're trying to protect people from something that they think is bad. And it's a joke. For those of you who don't know who Ben Shapiro is, he's another guy who talks logic. And he's another guy that I listen to because he is a very solid individual in terms of the things that he talks about. So I'm going to get into some questions here, and we will go from there. Okay, let's see. Conservative Gamer, hey, I made an RGC Xbox Club if you want to join. You know, I'm not an Xboxer. I don't have time to do video games. I'm sitting here trying to get all this out, but appreciate it, bud. PC cancel culture sucks. The vet is way pissed for my sacrifice. Was it 4 or not? I don't really understand that question. You know you're wrong, but Jameson, we need term limits 3 and done. People need to get thicker skin. not call out for censorship. Yeah, it's what we all need to do. We need to have thicker skin, and we need to stop being so butthurt about one single instance. This is how I live, and this is how I base my reactions on things off of. How long is a certain action going on for, right? So with Black Lives Matter and Antifa and all that stuff, sure, like if you want to go out and like have a protest one day, great. Like I get it, it's in our Constitution. But if you're continuously destroying buildings and cars and picking fights and all this stuff, do I want to be associated with you? Is that something good for America? No. It's crap. Jared, you're awesome. Keep up the work. Great work you do. Thank you. Jameson, I agree 100%. Let's see. Okay, Alpha Zero Omega. It's a sad state of affairs when flag burning and rioting is perfectly acceptable, but being a patriot is not. Yeah, that's another thing that I was talking about. One, I think burning the American flag should be illegal. 100%. Like I was saying before, you get stoned in other countries if you even protest or start some sort of rebellion. But here in America, you get a pat on the back and say, "Oh, Black Lives Matter, you guys did such a good thing in 2020, so we're gonna nominate you for a Nobel Peace Prize." Get out of here, man. Crap. Thanks, Wixter. Okay, Nick Frazier. Okay, man, you're complaining about the people rioting, but what solution do you have that will make them stop? Telling them, can you please stop, won't do anything. Yeah, I'm not going to beg anyone to do it. I've never begged anyone for anything in my entire life. I'm not going to start now with people rioting. Let me say this. You're never going to control someone else's action. It's an unrealistic view of life. But what I think works, and based off of my time on YouTube, how much it has worked with people. Because I get emails almost every day with people saying, "Hey Dan, thank you for your videos. Your logic has turned me from the left to the right." That's how I think we do it. We do it with being smart and being logical and calling out the BS and all of it. Because just saying to people, "Oh, you riot, you're an idiot," it's not going to do anything. You have to be logical with how you talk to people and say, "Hey, all that rioting and burning and all that stuff, what did it do? Like, did it help Black Americans? Like, did it really do much? Like, sure, it defunded the police in some areas, but that was a total joke. And now they're trying to refund places because there are like war zones out there in cities." I don't know if that answered the question. Well, this thing's gonna fall. Yep. All right. Well, good deal. Oh, man. Let's see. Oh, you know what? That's one other thing. That thing's too low. It also comes from how people parent. I don't have children. I hope to have children one day, God willing. But it starts with that. Because if we teach children that this stuff is okay, if we teach children this victim sensitive mindset, to where somebody can say something and it gets so under your skin that you feel like you have to go out, riot, or do whatever. It's just soft. It's soft. Have a stronger brain than that. And for the parents out there who are teaching their kids that all of this stuff that's going on in America is okay, you're part of the problem. You're part of the problem. Acidic Wheel, should I keep my support for Trump hidden when I join the army? No. I mean, Trump's a civilian. I mean, it's like saying that you like Ben Shapiro or Mike Lindell. Trump is a civilian. So, I mean, a civilian in terms of not being the president, obviously still has Secret Service with him and all that, but Trump's not the president anymore. He's a civilian. So if somebody wants to hold that against you, they're on a whole new level of stupid. Chris Davis, if somebody hates America so much as to burn the flag, let them seek political asylum elsewhere and be deported. See, that's what I've said for the longest time, but I've realized that what is happening now is instead of people who hate America, instead of them leaving, because that's the logical thing to say, right? Or to even think, if you hate somewhere so much, like, why do you think so many people immigrate from Mexico to the US? Because because America is the land of opportunity, but two, because in a lot of places in Mexico, it's a terrible place to live. It's not all Cancun and Cabo. No, there are places that are war zones there, that are governed by the cartels. So, yeah, I get what you're saying, and I've said it a lot. Why don't you just leave? But what they're trying to do, and what I think they're being successful at, is they're turning America into this super soft, progressive, oh, well, everything's accepted here, and we just have to be these like super, soft, whatever it is. And it's a joke. It's a joke, but that's what they're trying to do. And that's why I'm continuing to preach. Let's take this sensitive crap out of it and let's just treat everything with logic. All right. Thanks, Ryan. Space Lord Mother. Bang, your picture has fired? I don't know what that means, dude. All right, y'all, let's get some more questions in here. Nick Frazier, how do we win in the future if this one was rigged? Well, I can tell you that I have a feeling that there's going to be one of these pandemics that show up every single year now because of the mail-in voting stuff. But, I mean, in reality, to win, personally, I think that more Democrats probably voted than Republicans because of all this mail-in stuff. I don't know if that's 100% factual. That's just my educated guess, but we've just got to have more people vote. We've got to have more people vote. Yeah, one other thing I was going to say. So, for everybody out there, there's probably going to be another lockdown coming. And just be prepared for it, because I have a feeling that once Biden and his administration comes out with some executive orders having to do with guns and all that stuff, obviously there's going to be a lot of pushback on that from Americans because it's in our Constitution. And I think that he's going to use the lockdown to facilitate just trying to control stuff, control protests, all that. So, all right, y'all, let's get some more questions going here. I don't know what the text it issue is. Let me look this up really quick. Yeah, I'm gonna have to research that. If anybody can provide me with. Yeah, for all those people who, um, let's see, or talking about like the two mask thing. Oh, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, I try not even wear one. I mean, some places you have to, like to get grocery shopping done and stuff like that. But I was just in Tennessee, and it's oh man, you guys are funny. Uh, yeah, I mean, some places you have to wear it, but like in Tennessee, like when I was hanging out with my good buddy Upchurch, they don't care out there. So it is what it is. What do you think about HR 127, and what should we do if they pass it? I believe that's the. There's so many gun laws in place right now. Let's see. I don't. I don't know exactly what. Uh, I don't know exactly what that is. I think it's probably some sort of gun legislation. I mean, really any gun legislation out there. I think they're going to have a pretty big problem with trying to enforce any of it. I mean, there's so many counties out there who are talking about um, being a Second Amendment sanctuary, where basically they're just not going to use their law enforcement and any of their budget as a state or county or city to enforce federal gun legislation, which I love. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I believe true Americans, we react, we don't start stuff. So we we just have to wait and see what happens. But I don't know. Justin Head, what is your full opinion on the pipeline and all that? Shows you that Biden in his first 72 hours. I love the Biden sucks hat. I wear it every day. Love it, man. Love it. Man, the pipeline thing that's a tragedy. I mean, I know a lot of people who worked in that industry, and he destroyed thousands, thousands of families. Literally destroyed them. Because, I mean, it's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing. So, I don't really know. What can we do with that? All right, let's see. Space Lord Mother, chicks wearing 2 or 3 masks are probably doing us all a favor. Oh man. I've always said during this quarantine, if you've got some really nice eyes and a nice body, you're doing great. Otherwise, I mean, I'm going to ask you to pull your face mask down when I'm talking to you. All right. Nick, the point is that our votes didn't matter last election, so why would they matter in the future? Okay, yeah, I mean, your vote always matters. Even if we didn't win or was stolen or whatever, it still shows how many Americans believe in a movement, right? So they do matter, regardless of the outcome. But like I said, we've got to get more people to vote. We've got to have more people watching stuff like this. We've got to have more people finding other ways to just continue to solidify the right side of America and what our values are. It's really what it comes down to. All right, everyone. A couple more questions. Nick, our votes don't matter if we don't win. I disagree with you, bud. Like I said, 75 million Americans voted. For me, in life, you do your best, and if you're beaten, you learn from it. I don't believe in losing. I stopped believing in that a couple of years ago. You either win or you learn. And that's the point of all of this. We need to learn how to do better on the next election or really anything in life. But yeah, your votes do matter because it showed how many people are for this president or for Trump, who it was just continue to be shit on by everyone on the left. It's like, no, he's not a bad dude. He's obviously supported by half of America. So they do matter. Deviate, Mr. 2, do you have any liberal friends? I lost all of mine when I try to speak logically with facts. What are your thoughts on how to maintain? I don't think I have any liberal friends, no. I have like nonpartisan friends to where they don't identify with any party or any like movement. But I mean, friend is a strong word to me. I don't have many friends. I mean, really good friends that I would rely on and trust my life with, probably 6 or 7, not including family. So, but in terms of like people I know, yeah. I mean, I know people who are like nonpartisan, but I mean, there's a movement in America, obviously, where there's just this division. There's a division, and either you're on one side or you're on the other, and that's how it is. So me being a friend with a liberal is like, McDonald's, sponsoring a weight loss competition. Just doesn't work. All right, y'all. One more question, and then I'm going to let y'all back to your Saturday here. Oh, yeah. Okay, so there was some lady who put gorilla glue in her. Actually, my future co-host of my podcast that I'm starting actually called me and told me this. So there was a lady that put gorilla glue in her hair, and apparently she's suing the company Gorilla Glue because it got stuck or something. That's what I'm talking about. The sensitivity, not owning your decisions, and wanting to blame everyone else for your crap. It's stupid. It's stupid. No. Thank you, Jesse. You can't fix stupid. You can't. You can try to explain and try to talk logic to stupid. But at the end of the day, people are getting dumber. They're not getting smarter. People are getting dumber because of the media, because of how the new way of thinking is. And it's to let everything bug you. It's to let everything just get to you. Mark Roberts, I don't believe people nowadays are sensitive. They just want power to cancel everybody. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a similar. I think those things both kind of mean the same thing. I mean, canceling somebody is you picking out something that they do and then just having nothing to do with them. And at the end of the day, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's a choice if you lock it down to it. But yeah, I mean, to me, I think America is super sensitive. I don't think there is another country out there that is more sensitive on the topics that we are having as issues or that are being made into issues than America. It's just super sensitive. Let's see. Space Lord, Gorilla Glue, isn't that racist? Dude, what isn't racist nowadays? I mean, golly. I'm wearing patriotic Crocs right now. I'm racist. And they're white. I've got to be a racist. You know what I mean? Bunch of crap. All right, everyone. Okay, that's it for today. Hope everyone enjoyed this. I look forward to y'all listening to the podcast. I'm meeting with my co-host today. We're going to get it all locked down, and then we're going to go from there. All right, everyone. Be safe out there. Think logically, and we'll go from there.